Modern illustration began with the invention of the printing press. It was then that it became possible to publish all kinds of information or to decorate and illustrate texts. The origins of illustration as we know today can be found in the miniatures that medieval artists used to decorate manuscripts. Before the invention of the printing press, engravings were always made on wood, which incorporated images and text on the same wooden plate. However, the woodcutting technique did not allow for fine detail. Precision detail was achieved by engraving on metal from the 16th century, which required image and text to be printed separately. This started the fashion for full-page, standalone illustrations and large-scale illustrations. In the 18th century, there was a boom in book illustrations due to the popularity of illustrated writings by French and British intellectuals. In England, the genre of political and social satire was born, which soon became one of the most popular forms of illustration in the modern world. The second half of the century witnessed the golden age of narrative illustration. It also marked the peak of poster illustration and all the types of visual propaganda. The evolution of illustration towards the end of the 19th century reached one of its high points with the work of Toulouse-Lautrec. Impressionism and Symbolism were two very important artistic movements that coexisted during the final decades of the 19th century. Where Impressionism favors realism, everyday subject matter, and rapid sketchy style, Symbolism features fantasy-based and literary subjects in a style that is highly refined and decorative. Before the 20th century, illustrators generally followed the tradition of humorous realism created by the great Victorian artists. This trend continued into the early decades of the 20th century. In the 20s and 30s, a certain type of modern style became fashionable among editors and publicists. Commercial expansion after World War II gave illustrators a chance to work using more modern expressive forms. This style covers a group of artists and designers that were from a German school of industrial design. The Bauhaus and Swiss typographers concentrated on clarity and precision in communication. At the root of anything the Bauhaus did was functionalism, the theory that an object will automatically become attractive if it is designed to fulfill its purposes with maximum effectiveness. Towards the middle of the 20th century, artistic trends focused their attention on movements of urban popular culture or on the products of the consumer market that constituted the visual landscape of modern life. This was the movement known as pop art. Postmodern is somewhat cheeky, cluttered, and a carefree style. It is a term that is still in fashion to describe a general reaction against the seriousness and impersonality of Nordic modern and modernism generally. In graphic design, postmodernism deals in nostalgia, irony, exaggeration, and outright foolishness.